We've always been told that the female instinct is the ultimate safeguard of the vulnerable. It's the shield that stands between the child and the chaos of the world. But today, we are witnessing a strange psychological mutation. When we look at the liberal woman, we see a cognitive profile designed for high empathy, social inclusion, and a nurturant model of the world. But what happens when that drive to nurture is detached from biological truth? In this deep dive, we are examining the phenomenon of malignant maternalism. We're going to explore how the liberal woman's brain, in its desperate quest to be kind, is being hijacked. It is being used to support the dismantling of female spaces, the medical experimentation on children, and the erasure of the very boundaries that once kept her safe. To understand the liberal-minded woman, we have to look at the moral foundations theory. While a conservative mind balances 5 or 6 different moral channels, like loyalty, authority, and sanctity, the liberal mind is almost entirely tuned to just 2 to 3: harm and care and fairness. For the liberal woman, if a situation is framed as someone is being harmed or someone is being excluded, her brain triggers an immediate high-octane, empathetic response. It's an empathy trap. This is why when a biological man claims he is harmed by being excluded from a woman's locker room, the liberal-minded woman doesn't see a boundary violation. She sees a person in pain. Her maternal instinct to nurture the marginalized overrides her biological instinct to protect her own sex-based boundaries. In the liberal brain, the Anterior Cingulate Cortex, or the ACC, is often larger, and it's more active. This makes these women hyper-attuners. They pick up the emotional distress of others, even if that distress is performative or ideologically driven. This is where the malignancy takes root. The cost of kindness. When empathy is no longer tethered to truth, it becomes a weapon. We see it in the way the liberal woman is coached to prioritize the feelings of the intruder over the physical safety of her own daughters. She has been convinced that her niceness is her greatest virtue, but niceness without discernment is just submission. The malignancy of this maternalism is that it demands the sacrifice of the actual for the sake of the abstract. It demands the sacrifice of the girl on the podium, the woman in the shelter, and the child in the clinic. But the tide is turning. Women are beginning to realize that a nurturant model of the world cannot survive if it refuses to defend its own borders. True compassion requires the courage to say no. It requires the strength to protect the truth, even when the world calls you unkind for it. Because a shield that doesn't hold its ground is no shield at all.